Welcome to the podcast. It's Mr. Ish. We're here at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club, called their Clubhouse. And it's a spring day. And guess what? Spring break means I have more time to speak to the staff. And today we have two great staff members. I call them new, but they got about four paychecks under their belt. And we're going to discuss some of their programs and what they do here at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club. So we're going to start off from my left. Please introduce yourself, your name, and what program you're running here.
My name is Argelis, and I run the dance program.
Okay, she the bomb. You run the dance program. How long? Well, this is about how long you been working here for Kips Bay? I mean, at least.
About a month.
About
or so,
a month.
or about 2 months. Yeah.
Okay, we call it 2 paychecks. Next, who else is here at the table?
Hey everybody, my name is Jason. I'm the education director here at Clubhouse.
Welcome, Jay. Jay's been working with us for how long? In this club site?
At Kudir for about 2 months now, but overall in Kips Bay for 2 years.
Okay. So Jay's been around the corner already. He knows what it is. He knows how it is to work in this company. So just give me a little bit, Jay, about something that you're doing in this clubhouse so that people can know exactly what you do.
Right now, oversee programs, create programs. I know for younger group, Monet's group specifically, I'm looking for programs for them that they could have so that they could talk about. One of them that I've just found or created for them is how animals interact with their young so that they could learn, because they're in pre-K, how they could learn how animals from like tigers interact with their young, how do they raise them, and then it falls back to how their parents raised them growing up.
And what age group is Monet's group?
I would say they're between 5 and 6 year olds.
5 and 6. Sometimes I'm shocked by what 5 and 6 year olds, because we also have a show that we do, Money Matters. And these kids were talking about real estate and earn income. And I was like, what? I was like, how you know that at 5, 6 years old? So you'll be amazed. The age here sometimes doesn't matter. All the programs that we run from ages 5 to 13. I mean, dance might be a little older, but all the programs are for everybody. That's one of the things I like about Kips Bay. We don't say, oh, you know what, this is, a specific age. This is only for the juniors. This is only for the cadets. Everybody has a chance of doing it. Even podcasting. I mean, I've had some great podcasts with the young ones. Your dance program, it's very loud. I can tell you that. And my office is right next to hers. So
and we're getting new speakers.
Oh, so look at that. That's why
louder.
That's why I brought my speakers too. So I'm gonna go back and forth with you. No, but it's nice because we had a point that room was not being used. So, to see the kids laughing and dancing and all that, it's a cool thing. I've been here for 10 years, and I know that that's a major part of Kips Bay, having them dance. And I know we have great programs in all our clubhouses, but to see it back over here is a big deal. So thank you very much for that. I see the kids are really happy, and I think I just popped out of my office yesterday and I saw you guys dancing. And I was like, ooh, that's a practice? Because they never practiced that hard before. So, they're really into it now, which is great. That shows that you're doing something also. How long you been doing dance, may I ask?
Since I was like 6. Professionally, after like 20 and up.
All right, so in your early 20s,
I
you decided to make it a profession. You saw that it could go that route. That's good that you realized that, because you seem to know what you're doing. I don't know. I got 2 left feet. I think I could dance better than my wife, but I really don't know. And when I was young, in the club days, you just play a war. So you play the war and you 2-step and you was good money. I said, but now it's a little different. You need to know all these different dance moves, and I don't know it. So what's one of the dances or something that you want to bring to this particular clubhouse? Because Kips Bay is known for dancing.
Yes.
Okay, you know that. I don't have to throw no names out of nothing, right? I mean, you know what we're known for.
Right.
So you get to bring it when you come here.
Yeah.
Okay. So so what do you see that you could show these kids here, especially in this clubhouse?
I think just allowing them to express themselves through dance, because I can see how a lot of them love to dance, even those who don't actually like to dance like at a serious level, but I can see how they can express themselves through movement, and that's like a big thing for me. I like to kind of tell a story through dance. So I want to just build like different programs where, right now, like we're working on a video shoot. Hopefully, we can do bigger things in the future, depending on how things
I
go.
have one question for you because I've seen it before. Do you know why the boys shy away from the dance group?
I
Cause,
think
cause
it's
it's I see that sometimes you do get a shy boy, and all of a sudden you be like, "Oh, I didn't know you know how to do that." And then it kind of they express themselves in a way, and they become popular now because he's a good dancer and stuff like that. But I also see that it's very hard for the boys to like get moved to do dance.
yeah. I think it's overall in general, like the dance world, the female population is way bigger than male population. That's like everywhere you go. Even me going to school, there will be like maybe two boys, and then the rest of the class was girls. I think it's just that. I think the boys see that more is a more girl thing, but in reality, as they get older, I see how boys tend to like lose that and like, no, I can do dance too. I can't really explain why would they be shy, but I think it's more it has to do with that. Like being that the girls, it's a bigger population that girls like to dance more than boys.
Yeah, I would like to think that sometimes it might be like peer pressure.
Right.
Their friends are going to gym, they're going to dance. And like,
Right, right.
we're going to video games, they're going to dance. And we're like, oh, you're going to dance? So I could see that. I know me, if I could do something that was flexible, anytime that I could be around the girls, I'll be around the girls. That's just my mentality.
Right.
So I would be like, what? You want me to be a front register? I had no problem. Who's working there? There's only girls? Okay, I'm front register. I don't have a problem with that. But I guess the guys, they have to be broken in a little bit to that.
Yeah.
So, but do you feel that when you do have a guy, it's like a more valuable thing? Like you feel like that person you may have to take under your wing a little more just because they're it's few, it's very
Yeah.
few. So is that something that you see when you're building a dance group or when you were building a particular dance?
Yeah, definitely. Like I have my own dance company and right now I have two boys
Okay,
and
excuse me a second. What is your dance company name?
oh, my dance company name is Gift of Grace Dance Company.
Okay, we doing shout outs here. We don't have a problem
Yeah.
with that. Gift of dance
Gift of Grace.
or gift of grace.
Which we're housed now with Kips Bay, which is a blessing.
Okay,
But yeah, I
double
have two
duties.
boys, and I shot them off so much, and I embraced them a lot because we don't have
You don't have too many of them.
too many of them. So
All right, so then you make specific dances to include the boys. I would assume in most of the things.
I teach regular choreography, and I feel like as a dancer, as a professional dancer, you should be able to take the choreography in a way that you don't feel uncomfortable, even if it's a girly step. Because I feel like
Gotcha.
if you do it as a profession, like out there, they're not gonna change the step for you.
That's true.
So it's just a matter of you, like, okay, you know that you're a man, and if you don't want to look girly, then make it look manly.
Yeah, you could
So
dance and make it look manly.
yeah,
I saw that we have a ballroom dancing a person that comes like I don't know, once or twice a week, and the boys are holding hands with the boys and they're dancing and they're doing the same dance moves. So he's not making it like you said. He's not making it
yeah.
any different. It's a dance move. You move to the left, you move to the right. Your partner's your partner. So that's kind of cool. Jason, how do you feel like? What do you think that it's needed here? I know one of the major things that you focus on as soon as you walked in the door was homework help. Just explain to our listeners what we do here for our Power Hour, our homework help, and how we try to make sure that these kids are at least go home with the right with the help that they need.
So during power hour, all the kids come in. They go straight to homework. Whatever you got to read, math, social studies, science, you do that homework for that 1 hour. I know what I want to do. I want to offer more help for them for a tutoring session. Because before I got to Kudea, I was at Randall, and I was one of the tutors there. I was the one that did homework help. So I want to give them that opportunity. Like, hey, if you're struggling, it's a place that you could come to and get that help. And I know one thing that I would do, I would never shy away from any kid that needed the struggle, needed the extra help. We will sit there, we will figure it out together. If it could take them 10 minutes, it could take them an hour, 2 hours. We're going to figure out a way for you to better understand it so that when you're not in Kips Bay and you're at school or at home, you're able to figure out that problem.
I needed you 2 years ago. when I was going through the pandemic. This homeschooling was, I saw a couple of math problems. And let me tell you, I went to a specialty school and college and all that stuff. Saw some of these math problems, and I was like, I was in a math club, and I couldn't handle it. I was like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you have to color all these boxes? 6 times 9 is this. That's it. You have to do all this stuff, and the struggle was real. I was calling the math teacher. I had no problem with it.
How we learned growing up was basic memorization.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
A lot of it,
Math is different now. So, yeah.
It more comes down to, all right, there's a technique behind it. Like you said, 9 times, what was it, 200 and something? You just do that straight through. No, they're going to break it out.
Right.
9
Yeah, they
times
want you to break
300.
down everything. I was like, but why do I need to know what's 300 when I just need, just 6 times 9? Like, I don't need all that. So it's definitely different, and the way that school teaches is different, and from school to school. I mean, my goddaughter's in a private school, and as long as she got close to the answer, it was good. I was like, what? I said, math is about the right answer and the wrong answer, and there's ways to check it. But in her school, they were like, hey, as long as she knows that she's close to that answer, she's good. I was like,
As
I
long
can't
as
do
she
math.
basically takes the steps to get to that answer.
Yeah.
No,
all
I
right.
can't do math. I can't. It's too much. But I see one of the struggles that we have here is because we have a lot of members that English is not their first language. So how is that barrier something that you try to conquer?
I know with me, what I used to do before, like even what I'm doing now, I am trying to learn Spanish myself. So I got
Un
least.
poquito de español. I'll switch it to SAP real quick. I've done podcasts in Spanish. I don't have a problem with it.
We'll find a way. I remember I had a kid. Her name was Damaris and Randall. She only spoke Spanish. What we would use pictures. I'll
Okay.
have her point out, I need help. She'll be like this. It would be like 2 times 300 something. And then I'll show her step by step by step. I'll number the steps. There's step 1, step 2. Write it out for her. All right, this is what you do first. This is what you do next. You have a question, she'll probably write it in Spanish. I'll go to translation and figure it out.
I recently talked to my mom's about some stuff, and my mom's is also, she came from Puerto Rico, so Spanish is her language. And she told me when she was young, when she was dating my stepfather, that they used to go out. My stepfather was Italian, so he only spoke English and Italian. My mother only spoke Spanish. I don't know how love came between there, but it did. And they used to go to restaurants, and he used to ask her, like, what do you want? And she used to like flap her hand on under her thing, and that means that she wanted chicken wings. And and that's the way they understood each other. And it's funny when you say it now, but the dual language is something that's hard. It's really hard. My daughters right now, I'm teaching them 3 languages at the same time. So that's even more difficult because I'm teaching them Spanish. I'm Puerto Rican. My wife is Polish, so we teach them Polish. And obviously English is the language. So every day they learn a new word in the other 2 languages. Nice. So it's kind of hard, but I'm learning it too. So we say goodnight in English, Polish, and Spanish, and and then next day we learn a new word, and we keep pushing it just because I think that it's a nice thing to do, especially when they're this young, to feed them that. And now when my daughters see their grandmother, they just straight go into Polish, and when they see my mother, they be like abuelita, abuela, whatever, and they go right into Spanish. So it's kind of cool how you see that. Because I have that switch, and I'm pretty sure you have that switch that we could just talk Spanish or English quick. And, it's amazing how we could do it, but it starts when they're young. But I understand that over here we really need that help in dual languages and how to get them to express themselves is a big deal. And I try to do podcasts sometimes. I did one last week, and we had 2 English speakers and 1 Spanish. So I went around and spoke to them in English, translated, got the guy in Spanish, but I don't shy from getting them involved. I don't want them to be scared or have a barrier. I don't want them to sit on the sidelines all day and be like, I can't do a podcast. And sometimes I just do all Spanish. So if I could find 3 kids that are all Spanish, then it's all Spanish. I ain't gonna tell you this is the best Spanish in the world, but sometimes it's Spanglish. But I get my point. Through. Is there something that we should look forward to? I know the summer's coming. I know it's different. You ever worked the summer in summer camp?
I worked last year for the first time in like forever. I don't work in the summer,
Okay.
but
She likes to go on vacation.
I work with the DOE. So
Oh, so do I.
yeah.
What program you working?
I'm a para.
Okay, so
So
I'm right there with you.
yeah.
I work for middle school and high school.
Nice. I work for elementary.
Okay.
So
That's what
I
wanted.
usually have my summer off, but I'm actually looking forward to work this summer.
Yeah, it's different. It's different here in the summer. That's why I asked because Jason, you had a summer under your belt already? Oh, two of them?
I
Oh,
would
oh, oh,
say I was in different positions.
okay, you in different
Like
positions.
last year, I was an SYP facilitator, so I taught 3 different classes: marketing, finance, and web design. And then the year before that, I was the athletic coordinator, so I did everything with athletics.
Okay. I always feel like to me the summer is the most relaxing and the most challenging at the same time.
Yeah.
We do get totally different, members, which is great. We get a lot of people that come back, on every year, and some of them are aged out already, so they either work here, looking to work here for the SYEP program, or they just 14 or 15 and in between doing something like that. But it's really really a lot of fun because we have them for a lot of hours. After school we have 3 hours. We have so much going on in those 3 or 4 hours. In the summer camp we have them for 10 hours. So you're gonna have maybe a 2 hour session, of dance. It's gonna be for real. I don't know about you with your educational program. No one wants to do 2 hours of educational program.
Right.
So you better do a lot of 15-minute sessions. But I as a person that does digital arts here, I have them for longer periods. I could we do movies, so they're creating their own movies in the summertime. We do photography, so you might see kids running around with cameras, taking pictures of what's going on, or in at special events. And I have more time to do more programs myself, so I know that it's a lot of fun, and we really have a lot of time to do it. So that's cool. That's how the summers really work. Sometimes it's hot, trips and all that stuff, but we get a lot done in 7 weeks. They definitely get their money's worth. That I can tell you. I feel like they get their money's worth for the $10 they pay to come here and after school. Parents should be very grateful. I know I am. If I bring my daughters one day, that's enough. I'll pay anybody $10 to stay with my daughters for one day. I'm not even joking with that. Thank you very much, guys. I think that we had a good podcast. People got to know you a little bit, and don't be scared to share the podcast. Don't put it up as soon as possible. And we'll see each other in the summertime, and we'll talk about this again. And hopefully, we'll have the same energy in the summertime. We won't be drained out. Y'all can say your goodbyes.
Bye bye.
See you guys.
Check. 1 2 1 2. Check.
I didn't hurt nobody, right? All right, I was a good guy.